I've been upgraded to a PhD, says my man Wayne here. This is actually pretty funny. I love stuff like this. It makes me happy. I feel like I'm doing good work, and it makes me happy. You never know sometimes. You never know because you see the comments. The funny thing is the comments in of itself, they don't bother me too much because I know that the vast majority of people don't comment. You know what I'm saying? But you can't help but saying, oh man, yeah, maybe I offended somebody, or maybe I did this, or maybe I did that. You're like, oh boy, will this be the death of my channel? I can't stop, dudes. I am who I am. I can't stop. And as such, I'm just going to keep plugging away. And if anyone's watching, that's great. That's great because I think I'm doing good work. I really do. But be that as it may. So let's read this. My man says, I think you've been upgraded from your master's to your PhD as you've been ahead of the academics, at least in this paper's conclusion. You may have read this article already, but if not, just received an interesting paper from the Social Sciences Research Network, the 2022 paper by Alicia Munell and Gal Wetstein. Why would 401k participants use a Social Security bridge option? It seems like some of the experts are saying what you've been saying for years, with a twist. Take your retirement funds first to grow your Social Security payout, but pull the funds out like you would be receiving your monthly Social Security check. All right. Take your retirement funds first to grow your Social Security, but pull the funds like you. Okay, that makes sense. One big flaw is that they did not explain any of the longer-term tax benefits of spending down some of your retirement accounts. Exactly. Or the widow's tax trap. I need a freaking copyright. Any of you lawyers out there, copyright that. Widow's tax trap. I guess they had to keep it simple because they would also have to show examples of growth of funds not spent in those taxes too. However, I think more people would choose a bridge option with that additional knowledge. I know we are, says Wayne. In the second paragraph, they state, the results indicate that a substantial minority, about 1/3 of respondents, would use a bridge, even though the concept is totally new. Not new to you. Also, the first sentence on publication, page 39, they state, the results indicate a substantial interest in the bridge strategy. The strategy is novel, and the survey is likely the first time the respondents would have encountered the idea. Dude, we're talking about this right on, Wayne. You're the man. Hold on a second. I've done so many videos, I can't find this specific one, but I just came across a video I did in 2020 that said, spend down your IRA. I thought it was the title, but I guess not. Reduce taxes by spending down your IRA first before you take Social Security, something like that. The issue is stop. This guy's not good. Stop. You hear that tail? The issue is, my friends, is that we've been knowing for a long time that if you increase your Social Security, that's beneficial from a tax perspective. It's more beneficial if you increase your Social Security from a not a tax perspective, but if you, in the interim, while you're waiting for your Social Security to increase, you're spending down your pre-tax money. It's just a fact. I was just talking to these guys today, this morning. Social Security is more than enough for them to live on, man. How dare you? He's going to be 70 at the end of this year. He's going to hang up quit his crap little job, and she's 67 or something like that. And they got, he's got, I can't remember, but they had like 58, I think it was, what do they have? 50, it was, I want to say $58,000 in Social Security, something like that. Now, if they still kept their mortgage, that wouldn't be the case. But they're going to sell their house. They're going to downsize. They're like, basically 15 years ahead of me. So basically, they have this mortgage on a nice house, and then they don't need the house anymore, the size, because the kids are out. Now, these guys are older, but still, they're going to say, all right, they're going to sell down their house, go to a single-family, ranch or something like that, and it's still not going to be a cheap house, but they're going to sell their house, which will pay off their debt, and buy a house one for one. And they might even pocket a couple $1,000 of equity on top of that. Their Social Security, I want to say, I got 58,000 in my brain. It's $58,000, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now they also have, they don't even have that much assets. I think it was like maybe $450,000. They don't have a pension either. They just don't spend that much. They want to go out, friggin' go hang out on the lake, essentially. Go friggin' fish on the lake. That's all they want to do. Go fish on the lake. Do a little bit of travel, but not much. He traveled a lot for his career. I mean, I said, we got you spending about $60,000 a year. He goes, yeah, it's probably about right. And that includes health care too. Yeah, they just don't spend that much, man. And I said, well, you can spend more because you still got Social Security kicking in. And on top of that, you got your house is going to be paid, so there's no mortgage there. And on top of that, you're going to have RMDs on $400,000, $450,000 here in a couple of years, which add another $15,000, $20,000 a year. I mean, so they get an extra $15,000, $20,000, and they got a house that's paid for, say a $400,000 or $500,000 house, something like that. I can't remember. This isn't rocket science. So you defer Social Security because you get those 8% delayed earnings credits plus a cost of living adjustment. And the max you're going to pay in taxes on Social Security is 85% of them are going to be tax free. In these guys' case, they aren't paying crap because the bulk of their income is Social Security. You can do this. It can be done. You spend down your IRA, especially when the markets are up, dude. Oh, they're not up now. Yes, they are compared to 5 to 10 years ago. They're way up. You spend down your assets. You get out of the market, in terms of spending down that is less risk assets. In the interim, you allow your Social Security to build up. Your Social Security is taxed much more efficiently than your IRA distributions are. And now your IRA distributions aren't subject to the whims of the market. Your Social Security is only subject to the whims of politicians. And I'll take that any day of the week over the market. You think the investors in freaking Silicon Valley Bank, the shareholders there, would you rather be an investor in Silicon Valley Bank or investor in Social Security or a recipient of Social Security? Of course you would rather be Social Security. Anyway, I'm stunned that Alicia Munnell and the other gal, Whitestone or whatever, is saying this is a novel strategy. I was like, where have you been? Where have you been, ladies? This is the Center for Retirement Research. Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. How could you possibly say this is a novel strategy? All right, love your thoughts. We'll see you.